Jews, Bennoun.
Bennoun.
Si, mari de mujer, mais eram bien justos. Mais elle était bien, la femme. Vamos a saltar de espanhol a francês, inglês e
Não
tudo.
importa.
Mixed.
Mixed grey.
C'est Anna qu'elle s'appelle, hein?
Oui. Ah, Anna, la fille, oui.
Oui.
Elle, Carmen.
You must
Listen.
listen to all this because you are from Rhodes. Because in many years, you will be the one who's going to tell the others.
Yes, yes.
Yes, stay here. Yes, stay here.
I take you to South Africa.
Nou, open this.
Ici aussi, il y avait une famille.
It's recording.
Can you see it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here they are.
Ναι, γιατί. Хайде, мам.
Aqui todo, it was all Jewish, you know.
Yeah.
That was the
What do you
Juderia.
call this
Now
thing?
I don't. This thing was la chabra. La chabra is when they used to prepare the dead, and they had the coffins.
Para limpiar.
Sí,
Para
il y
limpiar
avait.
el muerto.
Oui, exactement. Yes, exactly. I will show it to you where it was.
Oh.
And as children, we were so afraid, and especially of that person who used to take care of the coffins and of the. When we used to see him, we would run because we
Le
thought.
croque-mort. Le croque-mort. Le croque-mort.
House that comes from the other side, and it was a Cordoval, and they had a young man
Thank you.
who was handicapped. And it was so terrible because he was here
De
always.
los nuestros.
De los
¿Cómo se
muestros.
llama?
Cordoval. Cordoval. And it was so, it was really very sad, but you know, at that time they did not know any better, even though they took care of him, the mother, the sister, and, but they tied him. You know, they had to tie him to,
Why?
they tied him. Well, yeah, retarded, but not he was not violent or
¿Y por
anything.
moraba aquí?
Aquí lo metían a él, en una camaritica chica. Pero ellos vivían ça donne sur un autre chose, sur le jardin d'Alcadet.
Ah oui, le jardin.
Oui, oui. Used to come here for the Talmud Torah, but very, very small, and if I am not mistaken, it was called the Camondo, because, Baron de Camondo, do you know the family?
No.
Oh, from Istanbul. It's another book that I have to give you. Those were like the Rothschilds of the Sephardim.
Who, the Camondo?
The Camondos.
Camondo. And this was a yeshiva?
And they gave the money to build
here?
this one. That's, this.
Where there was
Oh,
the
straight up
window.
ahead.
There was a window there, yes. And they
From
used
Turkey, huh?
from Istanbul, yes. Then they went to Paris, and there is a museum, Isaac Moïse de Camondo. There is because the house, they left paintings, they left everything, and very, very beautiful. So they gave it to the city of Paris, and they have a museum, Isaac de Camondo.
À Paris.
Oui, à Paris.
Paris.
Small.
Your father was a Hazan,
Yes.
and he studied here. This was the yeshiva.
The Talmud, right? The Talmud Torah was here.
That's where
Yes.
there is
This is the oven. The oven where they used to do the matzos, the bollos, burecas, bollos,
Ici.
tout.
Cachet.
Si, kasher, exactement. C'est l'orno public oven of Jacob Gabriel.
Ajá.
L'orno di Jacob Gabriel.
L'orno.
L'orno.
¿Dónde era la mezuzá?
La mezuzá, la quitaron.
quitaron,
La
ok.
quitaron.
Comment tu vois Fancy?
too many pictures. We have become stars.
Yes. Menachet, Marie Menachet. Elle habite à Bruxelles.
Από εδώ πάμε στην άλλη, έτσι, δεν είναι, στο πλάι εκεί.
Si.
Je ne pensais pas qu'on allait faire un tour. J'allais amener mon enregistreur et ma caméra.
Ah, vedi?
Non importa.
You are not
Non
going to
importa,
play.
altrimenti
No, pero di
tu
dove-
scrivi. Yes,
Et à qui qu'il mourra?
mais il y avait toujours des grandes familles par ici. À côté là-bas, oui, je connaissais Albert Lévy, Maurizio Lévy et tout ça. Au coin.
Ça, c'est d'origine.
Si. Ça, mais ici, je ne me rappelle pas. Puede, si no eran Carmen Cadrenal que muraba
Carmen,
aquí.
Cadrenal.
Peut-être.
D'Isaac.
Si, d'Isaac. Era Carmen, Allegra, tous les Cadrenel. Oui, je pense que dans le temps, ils habitaient ici. Si on savait l'hébreu.
Attends.
Hein?
¿Puede mirarlo?
¿Sabes, José?
Un peu, oui.
Melda.
Attends.
Can you take the letters, Arthur? Somebody can read it later. Maybe the
Está en español, hein?
Español.
Yeah, it's Hebrew, but it's Spanish.
¿Así?
Oui.
Ma dice Shana. Yeah.
La Havra por
Sí.
los muertos.
Sí. And we used to be afraid to pass by here. And this morning when I came, I went to Anna, and then I went to the synagogue. I said to my mother, Mother, do you remember how scared I was to come through this? I was a little girl, like Simone. Because here it was the guy who took care of the dead, washed them and then put them in the coffin. So we were afraid. Interesting, because there was a dressmaker who used to wear a kaftan. Y se llamaba Yosef Benatar. On l'appelait Hanulika.
Hanulika era, mi vava era Hanula.
Hanula. À lui, ce monsieur, este hombre, so we used to call him Hanulika because he used to wear a kaftan, like a long dress.
Yeah.
Because it was easy for him to, to run and take measurements he was a good dressmaker.
Oh.
And we thought he was a little, of Al-Hadefs, but not the Al-Hadefs of the bankers. They had a grocery store, a big grocery.
That house on top?
Le rabbin qui tient.
See, Rosa Zaradel. Rosa.
Aquí en,
Vous savez ce que vous devez faire? Si vous avez un plan, mettre les noms,
Je sais.
si vous savez ça.
Oui, bah ça il faut...
De ouf.
Vous savez qui? Non, l'architecte qui a fait les plans pour...
They donated to the community.
Ah,
this
That's what
house.
she said.
ah.
Que-
Malel?
Non,
Idan Malele,
No.
¿Quién vivía aquí?
sinon je le
You
reprends.
don't remember. Que había...
Aquí es la Buzana.
Sure, it was
Quoi le
so...
bouzana? Ah oui,
Frio.
La bouzana.
Exactly.
C'est pourquoi ils disent ça.
What it was called La Huerta de Al-Hadef. It belonged to that family Al-Hadef, the very rich bankers, and it was closed here. Probably they had a little door to go in, and because they had another door from another street also. So when they gave it to the city of Rhodes, the Italians were here. Then the Italians opened it and made the street. They made a street that goes to the other side, into the beaches of the other. That's the Al-Hadef, la Huerta de Al-Hadef.
Ok, este era Especial de la Mar.
L'especie de la
No, no era puerto aquí.
No había
Ça
puerta.
s'appelle l'espèce de la main, le miroir.
Chacham
One more year of school.
Murava.
Chacham?
Chacham Kapuya.
Dota,
Oh.
à Guy
Yeah, the
Aéroport.
famous Chacham Kapuya.
Okay.
The photograph with his wife.
That's okay.
Many old Jews, of course. They all,
Vivía aquí.
Shimon Israel, Matilda, Shimon, Jackie,
En este lado.
allá.
Porque el otro lado era mi padre.
Oh, from there, on the other side?
The other side of
yeah,
this
but
building.
on the other side it's a different building. So on this side, they lived here for a while. Then they moved here, but there was a house there, so the bomb completely destroyed it because there was a second floor there.
Ah,
See, they are going.
No, don't.
This is really something very interesting because there was a real town here.
That's where was the computer and everything. By the time we find out, we have to dig the walls again. It was problem inside the house.
Side, there was also before the Benvenistes. In other words, Benvenistes were a little. There was a staircase.
Yeah.
So the Benvenistes lived on that side, and on this side were Rebecca Capluto. who lives now in Toulouse.
Oh,
Yes. Rebecca Capluto. Oui.
and who lived here? This
Aquí abaixo havia Hasson,
Hassan?
sì, che après emigrated to America, married to Amélie Notrica.
Oh, I know her.
You know, Amélie with two daughters, one in fact died. I think my daughter, Amélie Notrica. There was Hasson here, and there was also another family, I can't remember.
Όχι με παιχνίδι, άλλο και παιδάκι θα με παιχνίδι. Πιο μ' αρέσει.
She might have been the daughter. Right?
Uh-huh.
And over here, there was a stairway back
There
here.
was a stairway, that's what I said. The stairway, and because I used to come because Rachel, the one who died of diabetes,
Yeah.
she was my classmate.
Oh.
Rachelika. And
Then you knew
after,
Rika and
of course, I knew everyone. And Shimuniku,
yeah.
do you know Shimuniku?
No, I never met him.
Well, no, of course not. But Shimuniku Benveniste used to play soccer in the team of the Lager. Lager was Gioventù Ebraica Italiana di Rodi. GER.
Yeah.
Gioventù Ebraica di Rodi. And he used to be the, what do you call that, the left, so he was a small guy.
Yeah.
And we used to scream from at the stadium, Shimuniku, Shimuniku, forza, forza, forza. But he was Shimuniku Benveniste, second cousin or first cousin, right?
Yeah, first
Arthur,
cousin.
first
He was the brother of Rika.
Of Rika, yes,
And,
right. Of Rachel, of
who was the other one? Katie?
Katie, that's right, Katie Avzaradel, married Avzaradel, yes. Avzaradel is a second cousin of mine.
Avner
Avner Ken.
Benveniste.
Avner Benveniste.
Hermano de Bohora.
I think Avner Benveniste lived down here.
Yeah, they said they lived downstairs.
Yes, yes.
Does he have a
You see
son?
if I am
in-
not mistaken.
Does he have a son in Paris named Jacques? Who's a doctor?
Jacques Benveniste, maybe.
Homeopath?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We gotta ask now at the people in Paris. But I remember because I used to come here to play with Rachel. And oh yes, when she died, it was a shock. She ate in Arriba del Kadir, you know the street Arriba del Kadir. There was a Turk man who used to sell abidahu. You know abidahu? Is
Abu Daraku.
Αυγοτάραχο.
abudarahu.
Yeah.
Yes, we used to call it abidahu because we cut the syllables.
Where can we buy that in Rhodes? We can't buy it.
Yeah, but you have to find it.
They're right.
There was a worm inside. It was bad. She died within a few hours.
Έβαει αυγοτάραχο και είχε μέσα
It was
σκουλίκι.
terrible. It was
Πέθανε σε 3
terrible. Yeah,
ώρες.
right.
I love it.
Maybe 10, 11 years old or 12 because we were in school together in class.
Do you know that?
It was terrible. We all went crying to the funeral, even though women were not allowed to go to funerals in Rhodes. No, never.
Really, eh?
Never.
Never.
We used to close the windows when Pasa la Chavra means that
Now
the
it's
funeral
not
is going.
allowed to go, close to where they buried.
Right. Close to when the funeral procession would go by, and they have to go through the synagogue. In other words, they have to pass a synagogue, right? So from La Chabra at the Kila where we are now, the
I remember
synagogue.
that in Volvo.
So we used to live there,
You know why?
and always my mother, when they used to call
Because the
Pasa
women
La
are not
Chabra,
clean or what?
we closed the windows.
I'll tell you why. Because
And everybody,
this is
in other words, the
Muslim
women were
Turkish
inside.
custom.
Like Koanims,
So
the
has
Koanims don't go to the cemetery,
It's Turkish.
There were all houses?
Houses, all houses.
And who lived here? And so the bomb landed right here
The
then?
bomb landed here, my
Wait.
Mitius Hag.
Día de Pesach, no?
Sí, todo el día de Pesach. Este día de Pesach fue un día de Pesach, 1944.
On visitait la synagogue.
Oui. La Kila Grande. La Kila Grande qui était, je pense, puisque...
Hassan said that he found the floor. He thinks
Yes,
it's the floor.
we will
Yes.
go.
Can we go there?
Okay, let's
Yes.
go.
Yes.
He said it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know exactly the stairway. It's amazing.
They changed
You
it.
see it like that. You
¿Cuál había
cannot...
aquí? ¿Cuál había aquí?
Es mi casa,
Era un cortijo.
La casa di quién?
cortijo.
mi padre.
Really?
Aquí arriba.
Really, yeah? It was bombed or what?
Yeah. This is where my grandmother died in the bomb.
Oh, your grandmother died here.
It was the bomb.